It was the dead of night when I heard it. The sound of the woman screaming from the other side of the house, a sound so raw and full of pain, it made my heart skip a beat. But it wasn't the kind of scream you'd expect from someone being hurt. It was the kind of scream that came from a broken soul, from someone who was about to lose everything. That was when I learned the truth. I should have known it was coming, but I didn't. How could I? I was just the maid. Just the one who cleaned, who cooked, who took care of everything in the background. I was invisible to her. To Mrs. Adebayo, the rich woman who ran everything in that house with an iron fist, I was no more than a shadow. But in that house, shadows could get pregnant. I had been working for her family for almost 2 years. She had only one son, Tond, a tall, handsome young man, always polite but distant. He was everything his mother could have wanted: educated, successful, and wealthy. He treated me like anyone else, never looking down on me, never being rude. But we had something more between us, something that I kept hidden, something that would have destroyed everything if it ever came to light.
Tunde and I had a secret that no one in that house would ever guess. We had been together, just the two of us, for months now. In moments when his mother was away, when the house was quiet, we would sneak around. At first, it was just a stolen kiss here and there, but then it became more. I never expected it. I never asked for it, but somehow the connection was there. We did not speak about it. I was just the maid after all. He was the son of a powerful woman who could destroy my life in the blink of an eye. But we were careful, or so I thought. I never planned for this. I never expected that something so simple could change everything. But one night, when I found out I was pregnant, the world I had known began to crumble. I kept it a secret for as long as I could, hiding the growing belly beneath baggy dresses, the innocent beneath smile, but the truth was starting to show. I couldn't keep it in much longer. And then one morning, just as I was about to prepare breakfast, Mrs. Adebayo came into the kitchen like she owned it, which of course she did. "Have you seen today this morning?" she asked, her voice sharp like a blade. I did not look up. "No, ma." She did not seem to hear me, already turning toward the fridge. He's been so distant lately. I wonder what's going on with him. Something doesn't feel right. I swallowed. "I don't know, ma." She turned back to me, then studied me with a frown. "You look pale today. Have you been eating well?" I forced a smile. "Yes, ma, I'm fine." But I was not fine. I could feel her eyes on me, always watching, always seeing everything. It was only a matter of time before she figured it out. Days passed. The weight of the secret grew heavier. Tunde had not said anything to me about what was happening. I hoped that maybe he would step in and tell his mom. I had hoped that he would take responsibilities, but there was nothing, not a word. Then one afternoon, as I was sweeping the floor in the living room, Mrs. Adebayo called me in a way that made my stomach run. She did not yell or shout, but there was an unsettling calmness in her voice. "Come here. I need to talk to you." My heart pounded in my chest as I walked into her office. She sat behind her massive desk, staring at me like a hawk studying its prey. "I know," she said quietly. My breath caught. "No words, ma." She stood up, her voice low but filled with authority. "I know about you and Tunde." My mind went blank. How could she know? How long had she known? How long do you think you can hide a pregnancy? She asked, her voice cutting through the silence like a knife. I couldn't speak, I couldn't breathe. The world felt like it was closing in on me. I know what's been going on between you two, she continued, and I know you are carrying my son's child. The word hit me harder than anything else. I wanted to deny it. I wanted to scream that she was wrong, that it was a mistake, but I couldn't. The truth was there, staring both of us in the face. I never wanted this to happen. Ma, I whispered. She stepped forward, her eyes cold, calculating. No, you did not. But this is not the life you wanted, not the life you are going to have. Do you understand? Tears tugged my eyes, but I held them back. Please, ma, I never meant to hurt anyone. I just... Enough, she snapped. You think I'm going to let my only son throw away everything for a maid? For someone like you? No, you will leave immediately. I won't have this scandal ruin my reputation. I felt the room spin. Everything I had worked for, everything I had kept hiding was falling apart in front of me. She was not just angry, she was livid. She had no care for the child I was carrying, no care for the pain she was causing. It was as if I was nothing more than a pawn in her game. I want you to gone by morning, she said, her voice so final it made my chest ache. And just like that, my life was over. I left that night with nothing but the cloth on my back. Tunde did not even know I was leaving. He had been distant, just like his mother had said. The day I left, I did not even get a single word from him. It was as if I had never mattered to him at all. Months went by, and I did not hear from either of them. I found a small apartment enough for me and the child growing inside me. I took on small job, working my fingers to the bone to make sure my baby would have a better life than I did. But every night as I lay in bed, I couldn't help but wonder about Tunde. Did he even think about me? Did he care? I never returned to Mrs. Adebayo's house. I continued. I couldn't. The memory of Mrs. Adebayo's cold word still haunted me. But one day, when I was out with my child, a beautiful early baby girl, I saw Tunde from a distance. He did not see me, but I saw him. He looked different, older, more tired. It looked like he had been through something. Maybe he had. And then I realized something. Mrs. Adebayo had never cared about the truth. She had only cared about control. She had only cared about her image, her worth. She had torn our lives apart without even realizing what she was destroying. But here I was, standing on my own 2 feet, holding my daughter in my arms, and in that moment I knew one thing for sure. No matter what she had taken from me, she would never take my strength. I had found my way, and I would protect my child with everything I had. Years passed, and life inched forward, one day at a time. My daughter, Maya, grew up strong and kind, despite the hole in her life that I couldn't fill. I never told her the full story of her father. I couldn't, not with the way things has ended. She deserved to know a father's love, even if her real one never stepped forward to give it to her.